Hello and welcome to the second tutorial on Drupal. Today we're just going to actually install it. Now I wanted to highlight first that I got inspiration to do this by the Mustard Seed Media video podcast, which you can find at mustardseedmedia.com/podcast. And in my videos you'll see an awful lot of they use Drupal, I use the same text editor, and I have a local web server like the guy Bob does. But I felt that there was a need for something like this on YouTube, because that's not on YouTube, that's on their own site. So let's get started. Okay, so here I am at the Drupal.org webpage, and before I start off, I should probably say that for this you need PHP and MySQL. They're pretty standard requirements. So all we're going to do is download Drupal, and you want to download the latest one, which for me is 6.6. I'm just going to download, very short download, and I'm then going to open that up. Unarchive it, and I'm just gonna drag it onto my web server, which is actually another folder on my computer, because I'm using a local web server, but for you it might not be that. So I'm just gonna drag the entire folder in there. I want it to be named /Drupal, so I want to go to localhost /Drupal to get to it. But normally what you do is just put the contents of this folder onto your web server and not the whole folder, because if you put the whole folder you're going to have to go to / the name of the folder to get to it. So we're just going to put that in there, and I'm going to rename it to simply Drupal. There we have a fresh Drupal install. Now the first thing we're going to want to do is open it up and go into the sites folder and go into the default folder and change the name from default settings.php to settings.php. And then we're going to make sure that file has permissions to be written by everybody. So I'm just going to change my permissions for now to say that everybody can read and write to it. This is just a precaution to make sure that everything works right. So now if we go in our browser to our website, and then we go /Drupal, we see we have the installation. Now what we're going to want to do is create a MySQL database, and you're going to want to do that with phpMyAdmin. So most websites hosts have phpMyAdmin, but it's however you get to set up a new database. So in phpMyAdmin we're just going to simply create a new database called Drupal, and we're just going to call it Drupal, and we're going to create it. We're we're also going to go back and go into the privileges, and we're going to add a user, and we're going to make that user only have access to that Drupal database. So we're just going to say Drupal user, and then we're going to change it to localhost, and then we're going to give it no password. This is just what I want to do, and then we're going to create that user. Once that's done, we're going to give it specific privileges to the database called Drupal. And we're going to say that user can have privileges over that specific database. And we're going to check all, giving it all privileges over that database. And we're going to click go. Now we can go back to our installation. We're going to install Drupal in English in this case. And because I changed the permissions, it's ticked verify permissions, but if you didn't do that, you'd have a problem there. So we're just going to enter in our database name is Drupal. Now, sometimes for me, this doesn't work, so sometimes I have to go in and actually manually put it in. So we're just going to fill all that stuff out. And we're going to give it no password. We're going to click. Okay, so I'm back, and I had to go and manually edit the default.php file, but you can figure out how to do that if you need to. So all we need to do now is insert some basic information.
It's 16 hours.
I'm just going to call this site screencast, because that's what it's for, and I'm going to put in my real email address. This is in case I forget my password. And I'm just going to call my thing admin, and my password will also be admin. Nobody can get to this, so it's just a thing. You want to make sure clean URLs is enabled if you have support, and then we're just going to click save and continue. We now have Drupal successfully installed, and we can visit our new site. So that was how to install Drupal. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and in the next few videos we'll get more advanced. Thank you for watching.